Good morning, students. Welcome once again to our history class. We are doing chapter 4, the freedom struggle of 1857. In the previous module, we had learnt about the various causes that led to the revolt of 1857. Let us understand the scope, leadership, and the crushing of the freedom struggle of 1857 through an interesting video in today's module.
Course and spread of the revolt. The revolt spread to Berhampur in Bengal. On 24th April 1857, about 90 men of the native cavalry stationed at Meerut refused to accept the greased cartridges. 85 of them were dismissed and sentenced to 10 years imprisonment. On 10th May, the revolt started at Meerut, and mutineers, after killing some of their officials, marched towards Delhi. On 12th May, Delhi was seized and Bahadur Shah too was proclaimed the Emperor of India. The real command was in the hands of Bakht Khan, who had led the revolt at Bareilly and brought the troops to Delhi. In Kanpur, the revolt was led by Nana Sahib, who declared himself of the Peshwa and governor of Bahadur Shah. Tantia Top did most of the fighting. Rebels defeated General Vindham outside Kanpur. In Lucknow, the revolt was led by Hazrat Mahal, the Begum of Awadh. She had proclaimed her young son British Kadiraj, the Nawab of Awadh, against the wishes of the British. Henry Lawrence, the British resident, was killed in Lucknow. Jhansi. After some initial vacillations, Rani Lakshmibai assumed the leadership of the mutiny. After being defeated at Jhansi, she captured Gwalior with the help of Tantia Top and Afghan guards. Bareilly. Khan Bahadur Khan proclaimed himself as the Nawab and led the revolt there. The other centers of the revolt were Banaras, Allahabad, Gwalior, and Nazirabad in Rajputana, Indur, Aligarh, and Kota. At all these places, the Sipais killed the senior officers and other Europeans, in many cases not even sparing women and children. They also released prisoners from jail, plundered the treasury, and burnt land records in many pieces. However, the superior British force soon suppressed the revolt. Bahadur Shah too provoked to be a weak leader. Delhi was recaptured on 20th September 1857 by John Nicholson. Bahadur Shah was arrested and deported to Rangoon, where he died in 1862. The rebels were defeated by General Havelock in Kanpur. Nana Sahib, after being defeated, refused to surrender and escaped to Nepal. At Jhansi, Hugh Gross suppressed the revolt and Rani Lakshmibai died on the battlefield. Banaras, Bareilly, and Gwalior were also recaptured by British officers. The causes of the failure. The revolt was highly localized and restricted to North India. Regions beyond the river Narmada in the south remained largely undisturbed. Shinde of Gwalior, the Holkar of Indur, the Nizam of Hyderabad, the Raja of Jodhpur, the Nawab of Bhopal, the rulers of Patiala, Sindh and Kashmir, and the Rana of Nepal provided active support to the British. The revolt was poorly organized and lacked coordinated planning amongst the leaders. The rebels lacked a common cause and had different goals. The British had better resources and succeeded in suppressing the revolt. They had vast resources at their disposal and were helped by the modern means of transport and communications. They also had the services of capable generals such as Havelock, Outram, and Lawrence available, who could plan the suppression of the revolt well and win back their lost regions. The nature of the revolt. Historians have described the nature of the rebellion of 1857 variously. Some call it a Sipai mutiny, since the initial thrust of the revolt in the form of the cartridge episode was given by the soldiers. These scholars also contend that the revolt was not related to the general public so much as the Sipais, and they formed the bulk of the rebels. Nationalists as V.D. Savarkar opined that the revolt was the first war of independence. They feel that the revolt sparked off the discontent of the Indians towards the foreign rule, and they fought bitterly to drive away the foreigners from their homeland. According to them, the Hindus and Muslims participated equally in the revolt and displayed a new bond of unity against the British. The Marxists view the revolt as a soldier-peasant struggle against feudal bondage. They contend that Indian soldiers was a peasant in uniform and wanted to throw away the feudal domination infused by the British. On the whole, one may look at the revolt as a product of the accumulated discontent of the people against the foreign government.
Children, can you tell me why did the uprising of 1857 fail? Yes, there were many reasons due to which the uprising of 1857 failed. The first reason was that the struggle was not comprehensive. That is, it did not take place at one time in all the places of India. It was more severe in North India, while Rajputana, Punjab, some parts of Bengal, and northwest India remained at a distance from the struggle. The other reason was that there was no centralized leadership, and thus the struggle lacked proper planning, teamwork, and uniformity. It became easy for the British to suppress the revolt easily. The majority of the rulers of the Indian princely states and the educated Indians kept away from the struggle. Though the Indian rulers were unhappy with the British, they remained loyal to the British. In the revolt, the Indian soldiers fought bravely but did not use war strategies and tactics. They lacked arms, good leadership, transport and communication facility which could not make their movement swift. On the other hand, the British had unified leadership, experienced army generals, disciplined army, the latest weapons, economic strength, and modern means of transport and communication. Moreover, in the Crimean War with Russia, England won the war and emerged as a strong nation. Even the trade relations of England with different countries was better as compared to India. The naval strength of the British was also strong and vast, whereas the Indian rebels were isolated. Due to the above reasons, the uprising of 1857, though was severe, did not last longer. That's all for today, children. Now read the textbook page number 17, 18 and 19 of your History Civics textbook and complete the notes given in the PDF file neatly in your notebook. Thank you.